When it comes to breakfast, you can't go wrong with a Southern staple. Bird Biscuit is a passion of Chef Brian Batch, and technically an offshoot that took over the original concept, Thunderbird Coffee. So shout out to you Austin Foodies if you know about that one. How are you, Brian?
I'm doing really well. How about yourself?
I'm good, dude. So I got to tell you, I literally have been telling people I walk past Bird Biscuit every day. I don't stop because I would weigh 300 pounds. I think that's fair to say because I'm someone who's a bit gluttonous. But I have seen, especially literally over the last 2 years, the lines, the crowds have just really become quite massive. But walk me through how Bird Biscuit came to be, because this is your baby bird.
Yeah, I started off, like you mentioned, at Thunderbird Coffee, and that's where I met my business partner, who I think you know, Ryan. And, I worked there for 10 years, and after 10 years, I think Ryan saw that I was still around and saw that I was dedicated, and then came to me and he was like, hey, do you want to start a business together? And man, we traveled around and saw a bunch of different concepts, and we wanted to bring something back to Austin that was unique and also keep it simple. And through that process, that's kind of how Bird came to be, man.
But you knew you were going to do a biscuit, but you had to do the right biscuit. So what is the secret to making the biscuit that has literally, you're building a little empire here. You've got a couple locations now. So tell me about that. The secret to making a great biscuit.
Man, it's been super cool. So, I'll give you as much as I can without giving away the
Yeah,
the whole
I understand.
thing. We make biscuits now in a way that is not at all the way that we were shown or the way we were taught, but we learned how to get what we want to get out of a biscuit, which is a nice crust on the outside while still being light and fluffy and holding up the integrity to make a sandwich, which for us is what we go for a great biscuit. Because we put sandwiches on them, we put chicken in it, we stuff them with stuff, so they got to hold up. So that's what we look for a great biscuit. Temperature is everything, but we've dabbled dramatically with what that variable looks like in our process. I'll say that. And that has caused us to, I think, stumble across something that is highly efficient and makes a really good product.
What is the secret sauce to maintaining the structure of the biscuit, but it's still a rich bite? And how long did it take for you to land on your biscuit recipe?
For sure. So I would say, to answer that first question, it's all about the way that you allow that fat to integrate into the dry while not creating too much moisture in the dry, so that when you get the bake, you can get this really nice balance of the way that the moisture causes that, that kind of stickiness in the dough, but also you get the caramelization of still having some of those particle sizes that when you bake them, they'll stay and melt into the flour and actually cook, so that you get the crust as well. And that's where I think we've really thought about and dialed in how to get that blend.
How do I choose my breakfast? Do I do the traditional breakfast route, like bacon, egg, and cheese? Or do I just commit to fried chicken as breakfast?
That's like asking me to choose your life partner. You know what I mean? I don't know that I can do that for you.
Okay.
I think that the chicken is what we've become known for. When we originally opened Bird, we thought we were going to be a breakfast sandwich spot, more so pushing into the egg sandwiches. But it turned out that what has resonated with people largely is this idea of a fried chicken biscuit. And so I would say that if you come to Bird and you've never had our chicken biscuit, I say go for it, man. Even if it's 8 a.m., I kind of would say go for it.
We know how you make your biscuit sing. How do you make your fried chicken sing?
We have worked intensely on getting the concentration of our brine to the point to where we've tried to put as much flavor in the product as we can without having it be out of balance. And so we've spent a ton of intention on that. Then when it comes to our dredge process, that's been a journey. So we used to just have flour in our dredge, and now we've found this really beautiful balance of flour, panko, and then should I give this away? I'll give it away, whatever. We basically take our biscuits now, and when we have leftover biscuits,
No
we
way. No.
process it down into breadcrumbs, and we also incorporate that into our dredge. And so that's a whole nother dynamic now that's given us, and they're all different particle sizes, right? So you have the flour, panko, but then we leave the biscuit crumbs a little bit more large. And so like when you mix all that together, it really does create this super powerful, like crunchy texture on the chicken that speaks for itself.
What is a Firebird?
That chicken is our regular chicken, but then we have this spice that's a mixture of Cajun powder and cayenne. And we basically take that and we spice the chicken with that. And then we give it a little glaze with oil to kind of like, we don't dunk it because like when we tried that, it lost the integrity and kind of fell apart. So we give it glaze with a little bit of a spray to make it have that mouthfeel. And that's the Firebird.
Oh my God. What is the most over-the-top order you've received at Bird Biscuit? Build it out for me.
Oh man. So I would say that's probably somebody who would get like a Firebird and add bacon to it and then add an over medium egg as well. And then put like some gravy on it. Like that's like a ridiculous sandwich, but in the best possible way.
I probably can guess the answer, but you know, we'll throw it out there anyways. If you could only get one breakfast carb in Austin, biscuit or tortilla, what's it going to be?
Dude, if you get Veracruz, their migas like super fresh. Dude, I think the Veracruz migas is like slamming.
I'm assuming you're team flour in this instance.
Yeah, man, and like for sure, I'm team flour. And that when you get those crispies really like fresh, when they don't like wrap it up in the foil and have it lose its texture, dude. When you get that sucker like fresh, dude, it slaps, man. It's real nice.
I'm gonna throw this out there for you too, because we want to end on a true bird note. Just a little idea from a foodie to a chef. How about biscuit migas?
That'd be delicious.
Right?
Man. Bro, you could even like kind of make a take on like a biscuit and gravy migas. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. I need to be bad. So I'll be at Bird very soon. Brian, thanks so much for being here, man.
Absolutely. Thank you for the opportunity to vibe with you.